on this computer. And now we wait. All right. Whether he's here or not, we're starting to record in 3, 2, 1. Hi everyone. Welcome to room 13. This is Rocky with an I. You know who I am. And my good friend Fish decided that he was going to go for a walk. He didn't tell me where he was going. He escaped his fishbowl, so to speak. I think he figured out how to escape that invisible fence that Ron installed around room 13. You know, trying to keep us contained like the velociraptors in Jurassic Park. But we're really not that terrible. All right, give me one sec. I'm gonna turn this camera off. For those of you who are watching the video on Facebook, please bear with me. I'm going to try and see if I can find him somewhere around the hotel because I know he can't have gotten very far. All right, let's see. Let me see if he's at the Dirty Turtle. No. Oh, hey, Betty, have you seen Fish? No? Okay, thanks. I don't know. Maybe let me check outside for a second. Oh, hi. Oh, Jason Giffray. Have you seen Fish? No. No? Okay. All right, well, you keep practicing there. You got some really good grouping over there. So, thanks. Let me see. Let me see if maybe he may have gone back inside. Let me check over here. Well, he doesn't seem to be here at the hotel spa and massage parlor. Oh, hey, Brad Staggs. I see you're getting a massage. Oh, no, please. You don't have to stand up. Don't worry. I just want to know, have you seen Fish today? Oh, what's a fish? $20? You know what? Never mind. Carry on. No. Please stay there. Please stay there. Please stay there. I don't know. I guess that's the only other place where I can see if I can find fish is over here. Let me see. Oh, I didn't even know that we had a casino in here. I mean, I do know we had a casino, but I never really came in here. Oh my gosh, Fish, there you are. What the heck? Where are your clothes?
Oh, hey, hey, Rocky, my clothes,
Fish, the show has already started and you're in the casino playing. You're playing poker naked?
Yeah, and I'm not doing very well.
No, clearly you lost your clothes. What the heck? You know,
Yeah.
I know that you know they play with chips here. You know, this is like your college days. Did you think that they're going to be playing strip poker?
Well, now that you say it like that.
Yo, for Pete's sake, come on, let's go. Let's get to the studio and start the show. All right, Fish, get yourself settled in. We got a show to do. It's Saturday morning. Wake up, everybody.
It's cold in here.
Put some clothes on. A truckload.
What you got?
You better have clothes in a minute.
I'm coming.
So, hopefully if you are, you're going to be dressed. So please. In the meantime, hello everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome to room 13. We are broadcasting as we usually do from the Desert Air Motel, Casino, Convention Center, RV Park, Little Chapel Souvenir Shop, Mini Mart, Spa. And we have apparently a gun range, which I wasn't aware that we did, but Jason Giffray was practicing his aim over there and doing what we do, because this is America still. But anyway, if you miss any of our shows or if you want to listen to us again, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, iHeart Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, and many, 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 many other podcast purveyors. And you can follow us on Facebook. We are at Room 13 Radio Show. If you go to our Facebook page, like and share, you can see the video version of our show. And you could see me and you can see Fish whenever he decides to finish getting dressed, because it apparently takes a long time for a fish to put clothes on. You can find us also on Twitter at Room 13 Show. You can tweet at me at Rocky with an I. You can tweet at the Riverfish at the Riverfish. And we're also on TikTok, and I blame Mr. Fish solely for us being on TikTok. We can also be heard on Odyssey, our sister network Odyssey. Shout out to all of the Odyssey listeners and to Russ for having us and stuff. Fish, could you please turn your camera on and let the lovely people on Facebook and elsewhere see your lovely?
Oh, sorry. I'm here. I'm here.
I thought you were going to get dressed.
I did. I put on a tie. See? Look, tie. See?
Your
tie.
beard is covering it.
Sorry.
So people can't see it. It's a very small tie. It's
Ooh, be specific about that. What's small about it? I don't like hearing that.
It's a below average sized tie.
You've been I got picked on last week by Erica, Stealthy Jackhole, and it's continuing.
But you deserved it because you keep calling her a little person. She's only short. She's not a little person.
She's vertically challenged.
Technically speaking, that would be considered a little person, but not a little person in the sense that you and I think. Not in the Lucky Charms little person sense.
I didn't say she was Irish. I just said she doubled as a munchkin from The Wizard of Oz.
Pretty sure that she doesn't quite. Well, you know what? I'm going to let her kick you in the shins next time she sees you. I didn't know the fish had shins, but apparently you do.
Shins or fins?
Yes, that too.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That too. Absolutely. So come on, people. I'm almost expecting the EDM music to start after that, but please, Terry Steen, whoever and wherever you are, we are awaiting your information, t-shirt size and address to send it to. You are the last winner of our t-shirt donation scheme thing that we had going on. It's a scheme. It's a scheme or something. You're the last person left to claim their prize. You have until Saturday of next week. That's going to be Saturday, April 3rd. Please reach out to us, whether on Facebook at Room 13 Radio Show. Reach out to us on TikTok, as you already know. You can reach us on Twitter as well.
We have an email address.
We do have an email address. It's room13podcast@yahoo.com. So if you want to contact us directly, please do so. Let us know the shirt size and the address we should be sending that to. Because if you do not respond by next Saturday, your winnings will go to someone else. And we already have our first runner-up. Is that what it is in the beauty pageants? You have the winner and then you have the first runner-up. If the winner is unable to fulfill their duties, the first runner-up is supposed to take over.
Yeah, there we go with that one.
I haven't watched those beauty pageants in a very long time, so I don't know if that's how it still works. So, yeah. So, Fish, I'm not gonna ask how you ended up being shirtless. Let's just
shirtless. I'm wearing clothes. I mean, I'm wearing a tie. Shirtless, pantsless, sockless.
I'm trying to keep my eyes like above navel. So
yes, my eyes are up
there's
here.
a table. There's a table.
Here.
Yes, I know I'm trying to not even make eye contact with you because that's just disturbing. That's just very disturbing.
I'm eye candy for somebody. Somebody out there besides Mrs. Fish.
I was going to say Mrs. Fish married you, so you're her eye candy, as you should be.
There is a segment of the population that this does it for someone.
Well,
if you want disappointing, my one of my best friends from high school. A couple years after college, we had gone on to become adults and professions and everything else,
Mm-hmm.
and we ran into each other. It'd been like 10 years since we saw each other last. Hadn't
Mm-hmm.
really talked. He came over. He was living down the street. I'm like, dude, come down the street. I'm like, we'll have some beers on the front porch. You can meet the family, meet the kids, meet the wife. And excuse me
Please
while
don't get up.
and he came down the street. We had dinner together. We had beer, and we're sitting on the porch. And he finally admits, he comes out, he's gay.
Okay.
Oh, Mazel tov. That's fantastic. And I'm cool. And he's like, that's it. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I got nothing for you. I'm like, you're gay. Cool. Whatever. No big deal. And the beer kept flowing, and I don't know how we got into the topic, and I don't know how it even got brought up. And I'm like, so what kind of guys are you? Are you looking for a guy? I'm like, what's your type? And he's like, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, so I don't do it for you? And he's like, oh, you're not my type at all. And I'm just like, and I got offended. I'm like, wait a minute. I think I'm a good looking guy. I like musicals. I'm smart. I have a job. I'm housebroken. I work out.
That's not everything.
I have all my original teeth, all my original parts. I'm a catch. And I actually got offended. The wife comes outside at one point because I'm starting to yell because beer. I get loud when I get drunk. I get loud and I'm very friendly. And so there's a lot of hugging going on. And wife comes out and she's like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, this bastard over here doesn't think I'm hot. And she's just like, what? I'm like, he's gay. And I'm like, but apparently I don't do it for him. I'm like, he has standards. And I'm like, I don't know what those standards are. And he was
Clearly
like,
not you.
yeah. And he's like backpedaling. He's like, no, you don't do it for me.
You don't
Like,
understand.
he's just like, he's like, you don't do it for me. I'm like, I was like hurt. It's been 15 years since that conversation. I'm still upset that he's since married. Lovely man he married.
I'm sure, but you really can't blame him for that. I mean, whether
Yes,
you're into it doesn't matter who you're into. You are going to innately choose a type. I have a type. I know what my type looks like. So that's what I stick to because that's what I'm attracted to. Don't ask me how. All I know is that that's what does it for me. It has to meet certain height requirement, has to meet a certain body type requirement. And there are a couple of other things that I'm not going to get into right now because it's kind of early and the kids are listening. And
So-
no, it's not what you think. That's not everything. But it kind of does play a part. No, I'm kidding. But seriously.
It's a benefit.
Yeah, I'm joking, but seriously. Kind of like that.
So since we're talking about tasty treats, and
Mhm.
apparently I'm not one of them for my gay friend.
Well,
Um,
I hate to break your heart, but you're not my type either. So there you
man,
go. You're 0 for 2 today.
Do I do it for anybody? I mean,
Your
besides
wife, you should be
Your wife.
happy. You should be happy that you are your wife's type, apparently.
apparently, I don't.
Apparently, yes. So, speaking of tasty treats,
Perfect
these
segue.
products, yes, these products have been around have been in the market for a long time, but only recently I came across this one specific flavor that I'm absolutely bat crap crazy over, and it is dessert hummus. So, for any of you who have heard of hummus, it's a not garlic, it's a garbanzo beans or chickpeas that have been mashed up with tahini, sesame seed oil, and for the most part, it tends to be a savory dip of sorts, dip, spread, whatever
And
you
very
like to
healthy.
do with it, and very healthy. Yes, it's very good for you. But they also have come out with dessert hummus. I think Tribe Hummus has them and a couple of other brands here and there. So they'll have like chocolate brownie and vanilla bean. They'll sometimes have seasonal flavors like pumpkin spice or pumpkin pie,
Of course, they have pumpkin.
gingerbread. It's really good. And I've made it myself and it's actually very, very good. Well, I shop at Aldi's. Not only do I work at one of the big box stores, but I also sometimes will get my groceries from Aldi's. Well, Aldi's has carrot cake hummus. And may I say,
Ew, I'll say it for you.
I was
That sounds
trying.
nasty.
No, you shut your dirty whore mouth because it is delicious. It is so good. It tastes exactly like carrot cake. But you have to like carrot cake. If you hate carrot cake, that's on you. This is not a product for you.
See, I like carrot cake only for the cream cheese frosting because carrot cake doesn't seem to really have much of a taste. So what does it taste like? It tastes like cream cheese.
It does almost have like, and I'm pretty sure that they probably did it on purpose, that they probably blended a little bit of cream cheese to kind of like add to the consistency. Because if you make your own hummus, it kind of gets a little runny. It can get a little runny.
Yeah, the oil kind of bubbles up.
Yeah. So you kind of have to stir it. But this one was perfectly fine. I think that they probably use a little bit of cream cheese in there. But it tastes like cinnamon. It tastes like carrots. It has like little bits of walnut. And I think that they add like a little bit of coconut too.
Why?
Like a little bit of shredded coconut. It's so good. Oh my gosh.
That's not carrot cake. Now we're
no, it has pieces. It has real pieces of carrot too. You can look at it when you open the container. You can see like the little orange speckles of carrots. So it's healthy because it's chickpeas and carrots.
Keep saying that.
And sugar and cinnamon and all the other flavors that make up carrot cake. I can't help it. It's really good. I don't know if they have come out with red velvet. Actually, red velvet cake is my favorite cake.
Ooh,
ever.
Now we're talking.
Like ever. That and second only to German chocolate cake. Because I like coconut.
That is my birthday cake request every year. I get a German chocolate cake, no matter what.
German chocolate cake, man. But in order of preference, red velvet cake trumps German chocolate cake. That's like... And then in third place, tres leches.
Say that again.
Tres leches cake.
3 chocolate?
3 milks.
3 milks.
Mm-hmm.
Besides the cow, what else are we getting?
It uses evaporated, condensed, and I think it's coconut milk. And it's a cake, and it's. Have you ever made? Has Mrs. Fish ever made poke cake for you? Only on Saturday nights.
Once a month, only on Wednesdays. Yes. Poke cake. Really? That was my dancer name.
No,
she's not made
come on.
Cake for me.
Poke cake is super easy, and since you're clearly unfamiliar with the concept, poke cake is super easy. It's just basically you make any kind of box cake mix. You'll make it in a 13x9 pan as per the instructions. When it's done, you take a wooden spoon, like you take the end of a wooden spoon, and you poke holes through it. And then you pour in a mix of whatever, depending on the kind of flavor. It sometimes is like pudding mix.
I've made that.
Or whipped cream or whatever. You know, they use different kind of toppings depending on the kind of poke cake that you're making. So tres leches is similar to that in the sense that they'll make a cake and they just drench it in these 3 different kinds of milk and kind of like let the cake soak up all of that moisture. And then they just put like a layer of whipped cream and they put cherries. Maraschino cherries on top, mind you. And some places will go fancy and will like sprinkle some toasted coconut on top. And it's so good. It's so very good. It's a traditionally Hispanic dessert, tres leches cake.
I will have to ask my brother-in-law's family to make it for me next time I go up to visit.
Yes, if they make a really good tres leches cake, or they can just buy one. Because right now it's popular enough where you can find it pretty much anywhere.
I think his mother would beat me with said wooden spoon if I bought it.
This is true, especially if you know someone who will make you a tres leches cake. You don't buy it. You just ask someone to make it for you.
Yes, she likes me. So if I ask, I'm sure she'll make it for me.
That's right.
That segment you just can't get enough of. Tales from a Fish starts now.
I'm going to do this segment because last week we almost forgot.
So, scientific question first before I go into a story.
Oh, boy. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we don't do science. Well, that's off track. We don't do science, bitches. But I do have a scientific question for you. If you strangle a Smurf, what color does it turn? That's good, isn't it?
Well, technically speaking, when you lose oxygen like that, don't you turn like a reddish purple?
Yes. Blue.
No, there's a difference between blue and purple.
Not much. A couple hues.
Yes, there is. If you ask a woman, we'll notice, because we notice differences in color very, very quickly.
Is that drink you were drinking already gone?
There's a little bit of it left.
Damn. Did you ever look to see what the alcohol content is on that?
It's 15%.
That's
so it's a little bit. It's double the beer. Yeah,
that's double a beer.
I've had beer. I have had alcoholic drinks. I was trying to do the math in my head and trying to remember. No, I have had adult beverages that come in bottles that have ABVs of 11, 12, thereabouts. So
yes, but that ABV 15. Is in half the size of a beer. And just saying, getting there quicker.
That's okay. That's okay. Folks, let me remind you, if you didn't see last week's episode, and I'm sure that you already know this by now, we record these shows in the evenings. So sometimes we may or may not be drinking coffee. That coffee may or may not be containing a certain amount of additive. Let's call it that. And sometimes we may be drinking apple juice or peach nectar at this stage. I've warmed up to it a little bit, but I'll leave it at that because we're going to be discussing this in future. In future, say in 2 weeks. We'll revisit this topic in 2 weeks. And it's going to be on Facebook.
In a couple weeks, we're going to have to talk about that in depth.
Indeed, because we may need your help. Right?
That product, and there might be another product involved.
Yes.
Because I've been busy.
We're because we're, and by we're I mean fish hustles.
Fish is a pimp.
Well, as I have been saying lately on my social media, if you want to succeed, you have to put in the hard work. You can't expect success to come and land on your lap like, here I am. You have to put in the work. If nothing happens, it's because you're not doing anything to make it happen.
And I've been doing a lot.
And he does a lot of hard work. Yes, I'm hoping so. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for at least one of them. I'll do the first one would be great.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Okay, so what is this about you being stuck?
I wasn't stuck. How much time do we got? Because this is a short.
Let's see. A short story, you have probably about 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes.
So I'll start getting into it right now. I have a Zumba. The Roomba. Sorry, not a Zumba.
Yes.
Although I can Zumba if you want. If you play a little salsa for me, I can shake my hips. So I have a Roomba. Bought it for my wife for Christmas. It's something that she specifically requested. I did not get her an appliance for the house thinking that she would like it. I got an appliance for the house because it was right there at the top of her list. I bought her a Roomba. And we have hardwood floors throughout our house. So it's very, very efficient. It gets dusty. So we let the little thing go. I have the Roomba, and there's an app that goes to it. It's directly to my phone. It sends me little messages throughout the day. I get a, hey, I'm cleaning. Hey, I'm back at my dock. Hey, I'm in the living room. Well, at one point a couple days ago, I started getting little messages from my Roomba, and it wouldn't stop. It kept coming pervasively, like every other minute. Do-do-do. Hey, do-do-do. Hey, do-do-do. Hey. And it was the same message over and over again. It wasn't like different messages. Hey, I'm cleaning the kitchen. Hey, I'm cleaning the living room. Hey, I'm down the hall. No. Hey, I'm stuck. Help. Hey, I'm stuck. Help. Every other minute. Hey, I'm stuck. Help. And I'm like, son of a gun. I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be a smart device. It's stuck. How are you stuck in my house? You're a big thing.
It's folded and it can't get up.
And no one was home. The girls were all gone by then. They were at school. Wife is at work. She ain't getting home till like 4:30. This is going on at like 11 o'clock. Do-do-do. Hey, I'm stuck. Do-do-do. Hey, I'm stuck. And I'm like, how do I turn this off?
Oh, fish. All right, we're going to continue this story on the other end. Room 13 will be back in about 2 minutes.
I'm glad you picked the short story because we're getting close to the bottom of the hour. I'm like, I can wrap this up, I think. Or get to the point where it's a good tease.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you. I'm like, the alcohol per whatever.
No, I know. I saw it.
Okay. It's a small little container. It's got quite a punch for something that I don't think
which is I'm pretty sure why it kicked your butt.
I had 2 of those during one recording session.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why
about an hour.
Yeah. Halfway through the second one, I was getting louder and louder and louder.
For something that's supposed to taste like peach, it sure has a lot of orange in it. It's orange wine with orange juice, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, all of them are made with orange wine.
Oh, they're good.
Shake well. Well, I took it out of the freezer, okay? I did that trick where you like dampen a paper towel. You put it in the freezer to help it get colder faster. So.
Oh, I didn't know about the wet towel.
Yeah, wet paper towel.
It's
a commonly known trick for anything. Just like take a not super, super wet, but get it like, where it's not dripping wet. And you wrap like a can or water bottle or whatever you're looking to chill. You had that look on your face.
What look?
This is a morning / evening show. It's of course you are. So you can use that trick to chill your drinks faster.
Oh, I just put things in the freezer.
That too, but if you put it in the freezer with a paper towel, there you go. 5 seconds.
Every day, jackholes are forced to endure the indignity of watching Brad Staggs do the Daily Mojo without pants. But for just $5, you can stop this pain. For the cost of a really bad cup of coffee. For half the cost of a Chick-fil-A meal. Because let's face it, chicken too tasty. You can help put a pair of pants on Brad Staggs and stop this visual from reoccurring. Please go now to mojo50.com and donate $5 to help this noble cause.
And we would greatly appreciate it if everybody would donate as little or as much as you can. We usually say $5 because, yes, technically speaking, if you go pretty much anywhere, it's very easy to spend $5. So if you have a couple of bucks to spare, please help out Mojo 50. It helps keep us here. It may help not only put pants on Brad Staggs, but it may actually help Fish get some clothes.
Yeah, if you got $5, you know what? A lot of people are wondering what to do with that stimulus check. Stimulate me. Send the 5. Why do you got to laugh at that when I'm being sincere and honest? I'm trying to get people to spend money and help us out. And look at our studio. Look at that studio. I'm not even in the studio this week. I'm on the road. But send $5 and give me some stimulation. Stimulate Rocky if you want to stimulate Rocky. Stimulate Brad. Stimulate Ron. Maybe you can unwonky his eye. Ooh.
Unwonk his eye.
Unwonk his eye. By the way, we will have a special guest in studio next week. Now that I said one of those words. And I cannot wait to get this individual in studio. I don't know what we're going to have him do. He said he'll let us do anything. He'll do anything we want in studio.
Our intern for a day.
He's going to be a reoccurring feature, I think.
Okay.
and I'm trying to figure out. We have to really talk about what we want him to do as part of the show. Um,
Yes.
it's really cool. It is very, very cool. I will have to show you the pictures and stuff I've gotten from this individual.
Yes, absolutely. So, you had some more stories. Did you want to finish the one about the Roomba getting stuck and the fact that we needed to call the special Roomba 911 line?
Yeah, so I'm getting this little thing from Roomba and it's coming up on my phone. I finally had to turn it off. I'm like, this is ridiculous. After like 75 little help, I'm stuck. Help, I'm stuck from my supposedly smart device. And by the way, smart device has a name. It's Betty. So I get a little text message. Betty, help, I'm stuck. It's Betty. Help, I'm stuck. And I'm like, son of a gun, Betty, you gotta freaking. And it's like 11 o'clock. I'm like, it's way, and I'm like, I'm not getting home till 4 o'clock. No one else is getting home till 4 o'clock. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I get home, I rush home. I'm like, all right, let's figure out why. Because I turned it off, so I turn it back on. Sure enough, it starts coming back on. Help, I'm stuck. And I'm like, okay, Betty's been stuck for
All day.
darn near 5 hours now. And I'm like, she's still stuck. I don't know where she is. Now here's the fun part. She may be a smart device, but she can't tell me where in the house she's stuck. I live in a fairly large building. I don't know what room she's in. We have a lot of furniture. I don't know if she's stuck underneath a piece of furniture. I don't know where she's stuck. Now I get to play hide and go seek with a Roomba, trying to figure out where she's stuck. It's not like she can send me a little ping of ding.
I was going to ask, don't you have like a Find My Roomba feature, or
No.
is it so quiet that you can't hear it whirring? Like it's not like a regular vacuum cleaner where you can hear where it is?
Yeah, not a darn little thing. It's very quiet, and because it's stuck, it's stuck. It ain't going nowhere. There's no.
So it doesn't. I was going to say it doesn't try to like back up and move past where it's at either.
No. So I spent a half an hour playing Marco Polo with Betty, the Roomba vacuum cleaner. I finally did find her, but I'm like, this is so stupid. I'm like, I bought this, I don't know how many $100 piece of equipment to help out around the house. She got stuck, and she can't tell me exactly where she is. She could just tell me she's stuck somewhere in the house. So.
It's funny because so I have a pair of AirPods, and sometimes I'll have like one AirPod in and the case, I'll set it down somewhere and then I'll forget. And it has a Find My AirPods feature, but it doesn't work where it'll make a loud high-pitched noise so that you can hear it. It'll make a noise when the earbud's in your ear. I'm like, yes, I know that you're in there. What about your partner and the case where you're supposed to go? That's
Find your brother. Find your brother. Where is he?
Right now. And it's one of those things that I hope that they fixed in the later generations of AirPods. I don't know, because I don't intend to buy a new set of AirPods unless these die on me, because they're expensive. And I'm just like, I wish that they could have fixed that with some sort of patch or update. Do the Roombas need any kind of like software updating or anything like that, or is it just the app that updates?
Just the app that updates, as far as I know. We've only had it since December, so.
It's so dumb. You'd think that it would have a feature similar to like Find My Roomba, so that you would know where it is if you can't immediately see it, and it has no way of going back to home base.
It's fun when it chases the ferrets around the house. That's a lot of fun. Get to watch the ferrets, panic.
And of course.
Try to attack it.
That ferret look on their face. Oh, tell me about what happened with your daughter. And what her plans are with you.
Oh, for son of a gun. So middle daughter is a huge jackhole. She is, and darling, I know you're listening to this. I know you won't admit that you listen to this, but I know you're listening to this. You are the biggest jackhole of all 4 of my children.
Someone has to carry the torch.
Yeah, and she is daddy to a T. She's just the prettier version of daddy. She looks like mommy. She acts like daddy. And it's just very frustrating when you have a miniature version of you and you get to argue with yourself every day of your life. So I don't know how we got. Oh yeah, I do know how we got down this conversation. My wife's grandmother passed away a couple months ago, and they're still having the ongoing process of what do you do with the ashes? What are they going to do with this? What are we going to do with that? Divvying up the will and blah blah blah. And there's been a lot of pulling out my hair. I'm angry at, since I'm the in-law.
Well, not your hair because you're bald. So
yeah, I don't have. Thanks for pointing that out. Boy,
you're
we're good on
welcome.
that. Yeah. So I don't get a vote. I'm only the in-law, even though I am clearly the favorite in-law. I'm just the in-law. So I don't get a vote. It's her grandmother. There are people ahead of us in line that get to vote on what goes on. But I'm very frustrated as to what's been going on with this whole process. And I finally turned to my daughters and I'm like, look, I have certain expectations about what you guys are going to do with me when I pass on. I'm like, and sooner or later, yes, I will pass on. And I'm like, so just, and I outlined it for him. Like, I want to wake. I'm like, no boo-hooing. We're Irish. We're going to drink. We're going to be merry. We're going to have some fun, tell a lot of jokes and whatever. I'm like, I really want to do that. Did you see the one video where the guy has the speaker buried with him and it plays and there he is on the other end of the speaker going, hello, I'm in here. I want someone to do that for me in the worst way.
Of course.
I don't know who's going to do it for me, but so
your middle daughter would probably honor that wish, I'm sure.
Oh, she has plans. She's just like, I'm going to play Pop Goes the Weasel while we're at the funeral home. And she's like, we're going to keep everybody paranoid, and we'll get to the end of it and we'll just hold it. It won't go, boop. Then we're just going to wait. The tension will be great, Dad. It'll be great. I'm going to pay a guy to dress up like the Grim Reaper and just stand in the back of the room the whole time. She's like, it'll be really, really fun. She's a jerk. So, and then she tells me the final coup de grace. Is that the coup de grace?
Coup de grace, yeah.
Coup de grace. And she came up with this all on her own, and I'm kind of disturbed by it. I'm like, after you guys do the wake and the funeral, I'm like, I don't want to be buried. I'm like, please cremate me and you can bury my ashes. I'm like, I don't want to be buried. I'm like, do the whole cremation thing. And she's like, oh yeah, we know. And she's like, and we're going to, everyone's going to get a spoonful of your ashes and we can do with what we want. And I'm like, oh, and my oldest daughter's like, yeah, I'm gonna make you into a necklace. And my youngest daughter's like, yeah, that sounds really nice. I'm gonna have a necklace of you too. And my middle daughter, the jackhole, dropped the bomb on me. She's like, no, I'm going to Build-A-Bear. I'm gonna put your ashes in the Build-A-Bear. This way I can have you in the Build-A-Bear, and when I need to hug you, I can hug you. I'm like, oh, wait for it. She's like, but I also want you to record some things for me. So when I hug it, it'll say certain things to me. And I'm like, oh, wait for it. She's like, I want you to record certain phrases that you always say. She's like, it's familiar to me. She's like, you have certain phrases you always say. And she's like, I want to hear those phrases out of you. I'm like, oh, like what, honey? She's like I love you. I'm like, oh, that's really nice. I'm like, I'll be gone and passed away and the ashes will be, and I'll be actually in the bear and you'll hear my voice. She's like, yeah. And she's like, and since you don't swear a lot, you say mother of pearl. When I get frustrated, I don't swear, I don't curse. I yell, mother of pearl. And I have a tendency to, because I'm older, I start a lot of conversations with, did I ever tell you when? And it ends up leading to a story of when I was younger. And then she's like, and one more thing. She's like, I want you to say, you're my favorite daughter. And I'm like, you are a complete jackass. And she's like, I know. She's just like, and I'm like, and the whole concept of putting my ashes in this Build-A-Bear, I'm like, sounds like a really bad B-flick horror movie. I'm like, I'm going to end up, haunting this thing. And she's
possess the bear.
Yeah, this possessed Build-A-Bear. She's like, oh, that's really scary, Dad. She's like, this cute little teddy bear that's possessed by my father. She's like, ooh, what are you gonna do? Turn on podcasts late at night? Ooh.
She really is your daughter.
Yeah, she's just like, that's so spooky. She's like, we'll just hear you talking to yourself doing commercials for different products. Ooh. Hey,
you should record you saying, I have an idea.
Yeah, there's another one. Have you heard about APR coffee? I can't get it in heaven.
That's right. I'll drink your share of APR coffee. APR coffee is the sponsor of this coming segment of the Dad Jokes. APR coffee, they make the dullest knives. They make the flimsiest bats for playing baseball, not the kind of bat. And the squarest ties, but they make the world's best cup of coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com, AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Get yourself some coffee. You can get unflavored varieties. You can get flavored varieties. You can get some coffee drops. And just get yourself some coffee because it's Saturday morning. We know you need it. We know you want it. So get it now. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Why are you laughing? I haven't even started the jokes yet.
We know you want it. That's where you got me.
We know you want it. Yes. We know you want it. All right. So here is our first dad joke.
Lindsay's going to love that one.
Yes, he is. All right. Speaking of, here is our good friend Kinsey Amtrak with his joke.
This is Amtrak, host of the Tin Can Radio program, podcast posted on Spreaker.com on Sunday mornings. I have noticed an absence of blonde jokes. I have not found out what the reason is that you all have a problem with blonde. But I'm giving you a blonde joke so they are no longer neglected. This is my favorite blonde joke, too, by the way. What do you call a blonde with 2 brain cells? Pregnant.
I laugh at every joke, so whatever. That was slightly mean, but yeah.
We just lost every single blonde listener. Now we're down to 2.
Yeah, well, one of them is pregnant. That one's pregnant. All right, here is another one from our good friend, the Knights Who Say Knee.
This is the Knights Who Say Knee. Rocky, Fish, I've had a terrible week.
Oh.
My friend keeps saying, cheer up, man, it could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. I know he means well.
Oh, for Paul.
And I listened to this one, and of course I laughed like a schmuck, because that's what I do. I laugh at all the jokes. I don't care. Everything's funny. And this one joke is going to be super, 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 super duper special, because this comes from one Ronan Branham, son of Chris Branham, executive producer extraordinaire. So this is junior producer extraordinaire. Ronan, he sent us a joke through Facebook.
Where do you hide from the zombie apocalypse? In the living room. Yeah!
It's the yeah that gets you in the living room. Yeah!
He was so excited to get to the punchline. Yeah!
Nailed it! He is his father's son.
Well, it's kind of funny because Chris called it in first, and he's like, my son was so proud he sent this in and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, then have Ronan call in. Tell Ronan to call in. We want to hear Ronan's voice.
Absolutely. Oh, guess what?
This is my turn, isn't it?
That can only mean that phone call's for you.
Let me hit the button.
All right, there you go.
Hello, room 13. Yeah, you know this is the dad joke line, right? Yeah, not parenting help. No. And no one should ever ask parenting help from me. You know that, right? Okay. Well, yeah, this is Fish. Yep. You still want my help? Okie dokie.
I can help.
What's your question or problem? Rocky's listening.
I'm here.
Okay. Your wife found an S&M magazine under your 13-year-old son's mattress. What should you do? Well, for gosh sakes, don't spank him. Oh, man. Yeah, you're welcome. You snorted.
He might like that too much. Yes, well, I do. I do that on occasion. The joke's really good.
We have major news this week.
We do.
Look at the prep sheet.
Welcome. This is breaking news, room 13. I am Rocky with an I.
And I am the Riverfish.
And tonight we have some major news. We would like to announce the birth of our good friend Hammer's second child, Irene Piper, early this week. And she is beautiful. Both Irene and Mama Hammer are doing well, and we would like to extend our congratulations. Yay. I saw the pictures of baby Hammer, and it just made me think I want another baby.
I saw the picture that he sent me, and it's this cute little chunky little baby, very healthy, chunky little baby. And it's kind of like, it's that little baby when I like pinch the cheeks. She's absolutely gorgeous. And she has this big bow in her hair.
Oh my gosh, the big bow.
Head, but big bow in her head. And she's all cuddled up like a little baby burrito. And she's flippin' adorable.
That's how I used to wrap my my Melissa when she was born, little baby. My niece would call her a little baby nugget. Because once you swaddle that baby, they teach you at the hospital how to swaddle the baby. And you just wrap that baby up nice and tight. It should be like a neat little package. It should be like a baby nugget. Or burrito too, if you're hungry. Maybe burrito works. All right. Do you want to go first with the what's in the news, or would you like me to go first?
You can go first because I forgot to bring up my pages. Oh, I got my first page already up. So,
well, only because I'm okay with spiders. So you know that Australia is known for a whole bunch of odd, weird creatures and whatnot, right?
Yeah, it's like Florida. It's still trying to kill me.
Yes, Florida's not trying to kill you because you're nowhere near it. So relax. So, in Australia, floods have been driving millions of spiders on the move. So, some time ago, there was a story, and I saw it recently, and I didn't get a chance to cover it on the show, but there was a story about the University of Michigan having an issue with spiders, where they had to shut the library down because it was a specific type of brown recluse, and for the most part, if you leave them alone, they don't do anything. But because they are brown recluses, they kind of shut the university library down because of one spider, and it was closed for like a couple of weeks. Well, the New South Wales area of Australia is currently experiencing some severe flooding. Unfortunately, about 18,000 people have lost their homes to the floods. But apparently, it's also flooding the land with spiders because the spiders have to go somewhere. Determined not to drown, New South Wales wolf spider population has decided to pack up. I don't know how spiders pack up, but sure. We know a spider. We may be able to ask him how he packs up and moves. Local resident Matt Lovenfossey described their exodus as a brown carpet. That's a brown carpet that moves, so I don't know about that. So he says, when he first saw the strange mass covering his yard, he wasn't quite sure what it was. Upon a closer inspection, the truth quickly turned and dawned on him. I went out to have a look, and it was millions of spiders, Lovenfossey told The Guardian. It's amazing. It's crazy. The spiders all crawled up onto the house, onto the fences, and whatever they can get onto. Melanie Williams from Maxville also told media that a skittering swarm of thousands of spiders was covering the walls of her house. I occasionally see spiders around the place, but never anything like that. It was just insane, Williams said. Her neighbors felt the need to one-up her, though. They had told her that if she thought her outside walls were bad, she should see the inside of their garage. Yeah, maybe we'll take a rain check on that.
Yeah, no.
The spiders that are swarming through the land are known as wolf spiders. Wherever you live, except the most frigid north and south of the planet, you're most likely to see them. They're the little brown ones that like to run through your yard at a fast speed. The female ones are easier to recognize as they often carry their egg sacs at the end of their abdomens. The spiders are mostly harmless. They might give you a bite if you continuously bug them, but despite popular myths, their venom won't cause anything worse than a bee sting could. So, yeah, lovely. These wolf spiders are actually quite beneficial, despite the fact that they can look a little scary, especially if you're not necessarily a fan of spiders. They're very, very good insect hunters. So if you got rid of all the spiders, you would be plagued with insects. So that's one of the reasons why even if a spider gets into the house, I don't kill it. I usually will just pick like a piece of paper, or if I have like a plastic cup laying around the house somewhere, a disposable cup, I'll just pick it up and put it outside where it belongs. It can go live a happy spider life outside, just not inside my house.
We killed it. I mean, I told the story of my daughter killing one with the end table the last time, so we kill it.
I don't believe in killing spiders because it's one of those things where, kind of like with having a cat. When you have a cat, and we have dog Kitty here at the hotel, it doesn't just kill the vermin, but you also see a significantly less amount of roaches and like larger, more harmful bugs. You notice how this hotel doesn't have any roaches? Thank dog Kitty for that.
I thought it's because they're serving it down at the Dirty Turtle.
No, don't say that. Betty will deny it.
That's the special.
It's crispy. It's not chicken nuggets.
I got that leg stuck in my tooth. Can't get it out. Can't get it out.
I'll give you Flossie. Your turn.
Did you hear about Yogi going for the Great Ride?
No, boo-boo. I did not.
A giant black bear was spotted riding atop a Pennsylvania trash truck.
Why'd it have to be black?
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that.
You answer it by carrying on.
Yes, we're just going to ignore the comment. Much like I did my ex. So bear sightings have become relatively commonplace across large parts of Pennsylvania, where the animals... Oh, I owe the people apologies. Remind me to apologize.
Okay.
Bear sightings have become relatively commonplace across large parts of Pennsylvania, where the animals once rarely ventured. In recent years, bears have pushed as far south as Philadelphia in search of new food and mates. Mm-hmm. But there are still some things you don't see every day. Earlier this week, authorities in Kidder Township, Carbon County, shared incredible photos of a bear that managed to climb atop a trash truck.
So it's a trash bear.
Apparently, yes. He's going, wee. Hey, boo boo, look at this. It's a picnic basket on wheels. The bear remained atop the truck all the way to the police station. Police told WNEP. Crews eventually backed the truck up to a nearby tree, enabling the bear to safely climb down and return to the wild. We can only assume it was sick of going for the small amounts of trash in the garbage pails and went for the big prize, said Officer Vincent Moreau. Bear complaints have become almost daily in Kidder Township in recent months. Several bear sightings were reported in Delaware County over the summer, while Philadelphia had a more memorable bear chase last summer that came too close to Roxborough. Catherine Euler of Pocono Wildlife Rehabilitation and Education Center told WNEP that the bears are especially adventurous this time of year as they prepare for hibernation. I'm sorry, guys. It was an old article, but it was funny to share.
Yes.
They consume about 20,000 calories a day to prepare for their dormant period. Wildlife experts advise people to put trash out only on garbage days and keep it covered. If you spot a bear, the best course of action is to ignore it, much like my ex-girlfriend did to me. So, there we go.
There you go.
So,
I mean, 20,000 calories that's a lot of calories. But then again, considering the size of a black bear, I guess it would stand to reason. I don't know. Well, there's black bears and brown bears and white bears. There's bears of all colors.
And bears' lives
we
matter.
have to accept. Yes, bear lives matter. So you have an apology for our audience.
It's been pointed out at me that I might be in violation of a certain rule, given what's gone on in the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I was in Pennsylvania, awfully close to another host's home. And then last week, a certain article allegedly came to light that I did share on this program.
So it's not allegedly because you were the one who discussed it.
I only discussed it. Pertaining to an unknown male who had gained entry into a Pennsylvania man's home and was found naked drinking milk in that person's home.
Continue.
Police were called. Mrs. Seraphine, I am sorry I drank all your milk.
Did you replace the gallon of milk?
No. But I did donate to Liberty Lighthouse for him to buy more pocket constitutionals. So I think I've made good on drinking all his milk. Allegedly.
Okay. Allegedly. Yes. Because no charges were filed.
No. Peter did not file any charges against me. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, if it was me.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. But Mrs. Seraphine, I'm sorry I drank all your milk.
Yes. At least you were polite enough and kind enough to share some of your stimulus money with Mr. Seraphine and donate it to Liberty Lighthouse, which you can hear later tonight. Saturdays at 8 p.m. He is also going to be on, I think he's on Facebook and YouTube. I usually catch the YouTube version of the show just because it's so much easier. I can do other things and interact with people on different social media platforms while I listen to the show. And speaking of which, Fish, we're about near the end of ours. So we just want to remind you that the beard growing competition is still going on. The end date is going to be April 11th. So that is going to be about 2 weeks from this Sunday. We thank you so much for joining us here this Saturday morning. We hope that you have a great rest of your day. Fish, say goodnight.
Good night, Fish.
Please put some clothes on.
I gotta stand
No,
up.
please don't. Oh, God.
I'm gonna go stand up.
No. Oh, God. No. Oh. You see what I have to put up with, listeners? At least you're not doing a dance in front of the camera, which would be funny. Oh, God, no. I take it back. I take it back.
I could do the truffle shuffle.
No, please don't.
Do you remember the truffle shuffle?
Please, no.
Did you ever watch Goonies?
Of course I watched Goonies. Come on now.
Do you remember Chunk?
Yes, of course I remember Chunk. I know what the truffle shuffle is.
Oh, okay. Well, you said you didn't know what it was.
I know what it is.
Oh, okay. What are you eating?
Honey wheat pretzels.
Oh, okay. I thought they were like really, really hard. What's those twisty?
They're hard.
Yeah. What's those twisty cinnamon things? They're Hispanic.
Twisty cinnamon things?
Yeah, they're cinnamon and sugar, and they're some kind of bread.
Churros.
Yes, my daughter freaking loved those.
No. This is like the twisty honey wheat pretzels. They're my favorite. I bought like the whole big tub of them from Aldi's. And when I come home, I'll grab a handful of them and just like snack on them, and that's that.
Was the beer just an icebreaker article from you?
The what?
The beer is just an icebreaker.
Yes, that one was mine from.
Oh, good.
I think like last week or the week before.
I'm like, I don't recognize that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was trying to figure out. I'm like, which article should I do? And I'm like, beer is just the icebreaker. That doesn't seem to be like one of mine.
Because it happened in Florida. The one of the couple with the beer. So here we are, Fish. So are you ready to shave off your beard? What are you going to do when the beard growing competition is over? Are you going to shave your beard? Are you going to trim it? Are you going to let it continue growing?
We covered this last week. If I trim my beard, if I shave my beard, my wife's going to leave
me.
Oh,
yes, I remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Not only will my wife leave me, but my girls will go with her because, yeah, they've seen me without a beard and they don't like it anymore. They're like, yeah, Dad, you look.
It's It's a huge adjustment. I'm sure that's why you keep sharing pictures of you with your beard shorter, to see if you can persuade them to let you at least trim it down a little bit.
I've tried. Even on my days off where I'm just like, and my wife's like, hey, so what are you doing? And I just mentioned, I'm like, oh, just do a little upkeep of my beard. Just don't touch it. And I'm like, come on, really? If I just, take a little bit, she wants it long.
But you have to trim it though, because you have to keep it the shape. Okay. I know we were just talking about Peter, but look at Peter's beard.
Interestingly enough, I was just on Peter's show, kinda. Because he was he broadcast live on TikTok, and we were talking about his beard. He's like, what do you want an autograph picture of me for? And I'm like, because that beard is beautiful. And he's like,
yes.
Why are you guys so obsessed with my beard? I'm like, because it's beautiful. And I'm like, and Rocky likes your beard.
Yeah.
He's like, yes, I know. Rocky talks about my beard.
It's a lovely beard.
But it comes down to a nice point. He's got a very nice
Yes,
shape.
and that's what I mean. It's like, wouldn't your wife want you to trim the beard to kind of make sure that it's like nice and streamlined, you know, instead of it looking like not scraggly, but you know, you kind of have to. It's like landscaping in front of your house. If you have like one of those like short bushes, you want to make sure that it looks nice and neat and trimmed up, that it doesn't look like a bush.
I do manscaping.
I said landscaping because I was talking about bushes outside, not the other kind of bush. I don't want to talk about it.
I get the strays. She likes it big and floofy. She likes running her fingers through my beard.
It's okay for it to stay big and floofy though, but you still have to kind of like, you know, trim it, I would think.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, see, there you go. Do you use like a special comb? Because I know that one Sean Sheeler conditions, combs, and brushes the heck out of his beard. I've witnessed him do it.
I really hope Kinsey can take audio out of this.
I'm hoping he's watching. If not, please do. We'll have to tell him then, so he listens.
Hey, Kinsey, just go fast forward to the end, just so you can hear, you know,
Past the end.
Hear and see Rocky do the whole thing of, I've seen it.
I've seen it.
The eyebrows go up and it's,
And there's other people that have magnificent beards. They've always had magnificent beards and they've let their beards grow longer. You're not the only one. And I'm a big fan.
Whatchamacallit.
Now see, Tom keeps saying, oh, well, you like everybody else's beard. Why don't you let me grow a beard? I'm like, because you don't take care of it. You know, it's like, it looks like, I bought like raw coconut, like an actual coconut. So my husband's beard looks like that when he grows it. It's like he doesn't maintain it. He doesn't really upkeep it. So it just looks scraggly and...
No, I have a beard brush. I have beard conditioner. I have beard shampoo.
Yeah.
I have beard butter. So it makes a nice vanilla scent in my beard, which I discovered is the only reason why my wife starts, you know, hugging me when I wake up. Because she buries her face in it. She Bidens me.
Because you smell like cupcakes.
Yes, basically. She likes that smell. So
I like an earthy, woody scent. So to
I
me,
have
like sandalwood, tobacco kind of smell. I love that.
I have beard oil that smells like that. That's sandalwood. I got a citrus one. I got another one too. The girls bought me a
Citrus
whole
is probably
bunch of
good
stuff.
for summer, I'm sure, but like a good woody manly, masculine scent on a man's beard.
Old Spice should just make that just got out of the wood shop smell. Wood shop. That should be a scent.
Wood shop, out of the wood shop.
There you go.
So
I saw a picture, and I don't have it with me because I think I deleted it.
Oh no.
Something for the guests that will be joining us possibly regularly on the show starting next week.
Fingers crossed that they do.
Oh, it's there, and then
it's congealed.
It's congealed.
Yes, congealed, like solid. Like, do you know what congealed is?
Yeah, but when you say congealed, I think it's something that used to be liquidy and then became solid.
Well, yeah, it's congealed now. It's solid.
It never
It's
was
not
liquid.
in a liquid. It's not in a liquid. You know, will they? Won't they? State. And it's like you're certain. Now you're certain.
Yeah, this came to fruition very, very quickly. I'm really trying not to say what it is. It's killing me.
Don't. Don't give it away. You have to make people come back and listen to us.
It's gonna get us kicked off. It's gonna get us kicked off. I don't think it will, but I think there's a chance that this might be, you know, that whole little thing of we've been warned. I mean, we've been warned before. We can walk up to the line. We can look at the line. Just don't cross the line.
We can toe the line. We can Yeah, we can be right there, right at the edge,
You guys can get as close as you want to the line, just don't cross the line. We've been told by HR and some other people just
don't touch the red button. You can hover your finger above the red button, but don't press down.
I think this might be getting us very, very close to over the line.
Well, we won't know until we do it.
I mean, this is really... I saw pictures. And it's really cool.
No,
man, it's killing. I'm trying to talk around this without saying what it is.
Well, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to stop this video feed right now, and we continue discussing it off air. Hope that everybody tunes in next week. Have a great night, everyone. Have a great day, because I'm sure that it's daytime wherever you are. Bye.